What's good? Terence Crawford stops Errol Spence in the ninth round in a dominating performance. He drops him in the second, drops him twice in the seventh. Then the referee stops it in the ninth because Errol Spence is just taking too much damage. Even the people that predicted Crawford to win, I don't think even they saw this total domination of someone that was just overall better, so much more talented, so much faster, so much more accurate. And we know that accuracy and speed equals power. So that, having said that, he was so much more powerful and so much more effective with his punches. It looked like in the first round that it might be competitive, might be more competitive, but that's always the early rounds with Bud, right? He always starts slow, but even in this fight, he drops him in the second round with a jab. From a southpaw stance, he threw the left, then he threw the right jab, and he drops Errol Spence. Hurts him. It was a flash knockout, but it did hurt him. And then Spence came out in the third, a little bit mad about that, but Crawford caught him with the counter shots that put him in his place. And Spence could never get a rhythm. Spence tried to bully Crawford, but he couldn't. He couldn't push him around. He couldn't land his body shots that he usually does on people. Crawford was landing the better body punches. Crawford was landing the better counters, the faster counters, the more accurate punches. We knew that. But he was pushing Spence forward. He wasn't letting Spence do that. Even when Spence would have him against the ropes, Crawford with this high guard, and he would push him with his shoulders, not letting Spence bully him. We thought that Spence was a bigger man, that he might be able to push him back and pressure him back, the people that picked Spence, but he wasn't. He wasn't the stronger man tonight. He might be the naturally bigger man, but tonight he was not allowed to bully Crawford. Crawford pushed him back, and he landed his body punches better than Spence. Man, and then in the seventh round, he drops him with the right uppercut, right hook combination. Then he drops him again with two right hooks. Then just mauled him in the ninth. Spence was completely red throughout the fight, bloody. It was a good stoppage. Maybe the fight should have been stopped after the eighth, or maybe let the fight continue until the ninth round was over, or until one more knockdown. But it was a good stoppage. Errol Spence was getting dominated, and Crawford, that's a special fighter. That's a special fighter. I would have loved to see Crawford against Pacquiao, even at late 30s Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao could have put on a performance like Nonito Donaire put against Monster in their first fight. That would have been a special fight because they're both one-of-a-kind fighters and once in a generation fighters. Props to Spence for taking this fight, but now we know. I'm not gonna say that I did before. I thought he was gonna lose, but not like this. But now we know that Spence never stood a chance in there. And they asked him after the fight if he wanted a rematch. He kind of smiled, and then of course he said yeah, but shoot, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But man, with this and Monster's performance on Tuesday, that 1 and 2 spots, it's really interchangeable. I don't really care about that list anyway. But if you want to put either guy in there, go ahead, because they are both amazing fighters and so fun to watch, man. I did want to see a great fight, like a 50-50 fight, but this is just as good, man. This is just as good. Thank you, Terence Crawford. Thank you for watching. Peace. Who should he fight next? Bye.